I'm Tyler.
I'm Shorty.
I'm Miles.
I'm Kara.
And we are the Inner Idiot.
The following podcast has strong language, violence, and other things you probably shouldn't let your children listen to. Please enjoy. Hey, Ty, if you wanted to make a podcast, how would you do it?
Spotify Podcasters app, of course. Or hell, even the website.
Do they have any way you can edit audio and help with organizing your episodes?
All that and more. You can reach out to listeners and have feedback with their Q&A feature, and it distributes it to all other major places you listen to podcasts.
I just looked, and they got a video podcast set up and editing tools here, too.
So all you got to do is sign up at SpotifyForPodcasters.com or get the app, and you're done.
Damn, it's just that easy.
Drop what you're doing, swallow what you're chewing, because it ain't wet from sweating. We ain't done yet. Put your hard hats on, fellas. We're going spurlunking in some ear caves today. Welcome to Inner Idiot Podcast. I am your host, the big, the bald, the beautiful, the brash, the bumbling, and the oftentimes bastardly MC Tyler Havlin.
Makes sense.
It does make sense.
I'm just trying to use the word right.
It's an episode about words.
I mean, you pronounce it a little fucked up.
Spurlunking?
Buh.
Spelunking. That makes sense of why it's spelled like that.
You read it and then said,
Well,
you know what? This pronounced spur.
I've always called it spurlunking, right? Always. I thought that's how it was pronounced. I thought it was just one of them weird English word things. And then when I spelled it and autocorrect corrected it for me, because, you know, I don't spell spelunking every day, there was no R. So I was like, all right, it's just one of them weird English words, you know. And
Matt said fix Miles.
yeah, Miles' mic's ain't on.
Oh no.
Now Miles' mic's on.
So,
Is that better, face place?
Face place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so spelunking. It's a good word. It didn't make my top 5, but it's a good word.
it is a good word.
All right, let's introduce the room. First up is the Lord that's never bored, the commander of the comic books. He ain't got a shirt on, and that's all for you, ladies. 2 claps and Ric Flair for Lord Shorty Fresh in the flesh. Woo! Glad to see our claps are still in sync.
I'm glad that we all have the clap.
Wow.
What? Kara has the clap, but she don't have the woo. And that's the real shame. Everyone needs the woo.
Everyone does need the woo.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I do it all the time at work.
So do I.
Yeah. I'll be walking down the aisleways and whatnot, and somebody be upset. I'm like, woo! They fucking look at me and they're all...
There are 2 things it's hard to do in this world without smiling. The woo is one of them, and a is the other one. See, I
don't even want to do that.
I couldn't even get through it without smiling. Can you? You won't do it. All right, next up, he's a Jedi in the streets and a Sith in the sheets, ladies. If you got a pap, he will smear it. He's been papping schmears and slapping rears since 91. 2 claps and a Rick. I didn't even stop to look at Shorty on that one for the confirmation.
I'm proud.
2 claps and Ric Flair for Dr. Miles Sham.
Woo!
Ooh, I premature clapped that time.
I can't fix that one.
That's what they got hymns for. Apparently that shit solves everything. Balding, erectile dysfunction, depression. I mean, for one, if you fix erectile dysfunction, you're fixing part of depression anyway.
You sounded like you were about to have a dysfunction.
I was about to. If you fix hair loss, you're going to help fix depression. So 2 lead into 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you fix my hair loss, I'm going to be a happy
I just
motherfucker.
like we have a drug that's called Hims and it's fixing everything.
Well, there's a hers also that solves all that.
I haven't heard anything about it.
There is. Look it up. Hers and Hims. It's probably the same company.
Probably.
It's probably the same drug, just a different outfit.
Right. Different packaging. Look, we ain't even got to change the H on the pill. I wonder if there is an H on the pill. I don't know. We get something for hair loss.
They just probably say they're like, you know how like they're coming down the production line or whatever. It's just a flat. It's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's like they start off white.
It's like no pill comes out like the little plastic capsules, red and blue. They're just one person, blue and red. Blue and red.
Matt Kolb asked us on the live, do we have a promo code for him? No, but maybe we should. All right, next up, last but not least, don't give her directions because she's going to be late anyways. She is the queen of mean, 2 claps and a Ric Flair for Miss Caribbean. Woo! I'm having a lot of premature issues right now because I clapped premature again. It's horrible.
Well, at least you didn't woo early.
Is right. I mean, that is a good point. It's okay to clap early, just don't woo early.
My clap's not in sync.
No. Matt Cole also says my head needs some Hims. It does. It needs cut. It ain't very shiny today. All right. Kara, top 5 favorite words. You're up. Give us your 3.
I couldn't really think of anything, so I just picked words that I've been saying a lot since I moved in with Sam and Amber.
Okay.
That works. I was about to say, there's no way you could not have done this list. You talk. believe our audience. You know, I get it. Like the people who listen to this thing and see you on Facebook, she actually does talk.
You know what? I have a number 4.
Okay.
Good.
So the first one is liquor, because we're gonna go to the liquor store.
Like
How do you say it?
Boston liquor?
Liquor.
Oh God.
And
Yeah.
then cabs.
Cabs.
Cabs are here.
So do you live with Bostonians? Is that what I'm understanding?
No.
My step-grandfather has a really thick Boston accent.
I love Boston
But
accents.
some of these are from Jersey Shore.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to go with Boston. I'm going to act like Jersey Shore didn't just happen. And we're going to go with Boston.
And then chapstick.
How do they say it?
Chapstick.
Oh, okay. Your voice got kind of deep on that one. That was a little scary.
My allergies are acting up today.
What's your new 4th word?
Depends.
Oh God.
The diaper?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She fucking. She made a shitty joke. No pun intended.
All right, Miles, you're up.
Okay. So, my words, in no specific order.
I feel like I know one of them.
The first one is requiem.
Good word.
It's very
It's a
good.
very good word.
It's a pretty word. It's cute as a button.
I ought to smack you in the fucking mouth.
Then we have cacophony.
That's a real word? You made that
You
up.
motherfucker.
It is a real word. No, I get that word. I say it more than you.
Bullshit. We need fucking clickers, bro.
Cacophony.
Yes.
Cacophony.
A cacophony.
What is a cacophony?
A harsh mixture of sounds.
Yes.
A harsh discordant mixture of sounds.
Yeah.
What-
It's a discord of deafening sounds, which is awesome to say.
Well, cacophony itself is kind of a cacophony.
Yeah.
And trying to say cacophony is even worse.
Oh, yeah.
See, I knew me and you were going to have this problem because we use the same fucking insults and we trade them all the time to each
but
other.
see, I learned on vacation, I said it first, and I said it multiple times. Then you started. So I get to claim
We'll see what this
cacophony is going on my taxes. I have claimed it. It is mine. It is done.
bullshit. All right. If you use the other one, I'm going to be pissed.
Next up is eldritch. Just weird, sinister,
All right.
ghostly. Righteous.
That's a good one, dude. That one's not used enough.
It's not, and I like that. You know, most people associate it with good, but you can make righteous a bad thing. And then finally, amalgamation.
Amalgamation.
It's very good.
Amalgamation. Sorry.
Amalgamation, yeah.
Yeah.
What is this?
The action, process, or result of combining or uniting.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's a good one.
do like it.
Cacophony.
Cacophony.
Caw.
Yeah.
That's all.
See, that just switches up the order. Like, there's no order to mine, but like now it just switches it up.
Neither was mine. I just knew if I threw it in the middle,
Fucking throw me off a little bit, you motherfucker.
it's my word.
Look, does anybody know what loquacious means? I don't know what loquacious means, but
Behave. I'm not gonna be mean. I'm not gonna say it.
Did I say it wrong?
No. You could have. I don't know. I've never heard the word.
Okay. All right. Well, what's your list?
Cavalcade.
It's a good one.
Cavalcade. I use that all.
You do use that one
Yes.
often.
And cacophony's great and all that. I also like cornucopia.
Cornucopia is a good one.
Cornucopia is a
Yes.
good word.
And what's so funny is so many people have like either paintings of it or pictures of it or some weird fucking dish, like serving dish with it on there, and have no idea what it actually means. And I'm like, good. I'm glad this happened.
Okay.
One recent one that I learned is buccal.
Buccal?
Yes.
Like buckle, but the U's long?
What is it? B-U-C-C-L-E or
A-L.
A-L? Yeah, buccal.
What's this mean?
Basically means your oral cavity. Your mouth.
Oh. Give me some of that buccal, girl. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. By the way, loquacious, did I say it right again? Loquacious means talkative.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Gracious.
Thank you, Matt Kolb. Matt Kolb's just here in the chat, just giving us all the nuggets
Thanks,
today.
buddy. I
I'm here
appreciate
for
it.
it. I just like the only reason we learned buccal cavity was just a cursed Denny.
Yeah. We were trying to find a better way to say, what is it? Suffer the wrath of a thousand phallics in your
Yeah.
mouth, and we couldn't figure out. Like, I was like, no, you can't say mouth, not face either. You need something like more sciencey,
Something more regal.
Well,
Yeah.
then we threw ethereal in there because
Yeah,
we
we
decided
did.
that would be scarier. You just wake up ghost dick.
Let's see. I guess number 4 would be dope. I say that so much.
Yeah,
I've
that's
got-
rubbed off on me. I say it a lot now.
Good. It's funny, dude, because like most of the D&D group was hating on me for it. They're like, "That's fucking stupid. I don't like that." Or just like, you're like, "Shorty, like you can't use that as much." Hello. Emergencies. But so like, everyone was like, "No, you fucking stop saying it. It's stupid." And they would all make fun of me. Now every single one of them do it.
Yep, this is true.
And I'm very glad for it. I'm waiting for it to rub off on Kara, but
What? Dope?
yeah, dope.
It's not gonna happen.
Oh, it'll happen.
It'll happen.
It'll happen.
Josh, you didn't miss the live. You're here for it now.
Yeah.
You say I hate it here now.
I do. I also say I'm here for it, which is everyone somehow like now associates it with me, and I'm like, no, that's Tyler. Like,
I'm okay with it.
yeah.
I'm here for it.
Let's see. Last one,
Do.
probably retard. That's it.
Just sweet and simple.
Yeah, probably retard.
All right. Well, here's mine. Number 5 is fuck. Like, it's gotta be fuck. Like, it's everything. It's a noun. It's a verb. It's an adjective. It fits everywhere. You can put it in between everywhere. Hell, you can say it 5 times in a row and make a fucking sentence out of it. Right? At least 3 times.
Yeah, fuck the fucking fucker.
Yeah. So, it's definitely fucks on the list.
Bro, somebody's about to sing Uncle Fucker.
Huh?
Somebody's about to sing Uncle Fucker. From South Park.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It ain't gonna be me.
I know what you're talking about, too. My next word is trepidation. And I have some trepidation about that prior statement, but we'll get to that later. I love the word trepidation. Do you like the word trepidation?
What's it mean?
Trepidation means like you're weary of, or you have
Hesitant.
concerns It's something like that. Or like you just don't like it. Like, Next up is tertiary.
Mm-hmm.
I like the word tertiary for some reason.
I don't believe I'm familiar with it.
Third of.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just a cool word. I like it.
All right.
Number 2 is majestic. Majestic's really close for my number 1 because I use majestic a lot.
You do use it more than the average person.
It's such a good word. It's a very majestic word. It is. And
All
number 1 is scrupulous. I don't know why. The word is funny. I love it. I don't use it enough. Nobody uses it enough. Scrupulous.
I know. I have one honorary mention word.
What?
Coctopus.
Coctopus.
Goddamn cockweasel.
Cock jockey.
Cock jockey.
Just jockeying cocks all day.
Penis pusher.
I've never heard penis pusher, but I like it. But wouldn't that be a dealer of penis? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be like the female version of a pimp? A penis pusher?
That's a good one.
Like they're just out here pushing penis on the what would you call a female John? Because that's what they
Jane.
Yeah, just out here pushing penis on all the Janes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think of when I hear penis pusher. Like just wearing, a big fucking fur coat and not a top hat, but maybe like one of them cab driver hats. You know what kind I'm talking about?
The newsy hats?
A manoozy? I don't know what the fuck a manoozy is.
Not manoozy. Newsy.
Oh, newsy? Yeah, something kind of like that, but it's got more of a defined bill, not the slope.
Yeah, this one's a flat cap. It's not a newsboys.
Look, man, all I know is you might or might not sell me a newspaper, okay?
I think more of golfing when I see it.
Sir. Hot in on the presses.
You'd be crutchy.
Oh, I don't want to be crutchy. Fuck.
All right, well, that's it for our top 5 today.
I'm trying to think of other honorable mentions that I got. I know there's plenty that I say.
Oh, I got several more.
Well, let's hear them. Fuck it.
No. We got the schedule.
Are we ahead of it? What time frame are we looking for?
I don't know what time frame we're looking for.
We're at 16 right
yeah,
now.
We're good. Just go ahead.
Fucking hit me with it, bro. Don't leave me in suspense.
Oh, boy.
Don't edge me.
Plague. Plague's a good word.
That is.
Menagerie.
If you're gonna throw plague in there, you gotta throw scourge in there.
Scourge is another good one.
That is a good one.
Because would you rather be a plague on humanity or a scourge on humanity?
A plague.
Yeah.
I want to be widespread and just suffer. Scourge means you're just like a really good bandit in one area.
Okay. All right. What was the next one? Menagerie?
Yep.
It's a good
Menagerie.
one. Menagerie. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. Like you have a menagerie of phallics at your disposal.
Yeah. A menagerie just means collection, more or less, right?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it a visual collection, though?
I don't know. You tell me. It's your collection.
I believe it is a visual collection.
Yeah. It's pretty interchangeable with zoo, too.
Yeah.
Zoo of penises, if it's, that was too hard for you, Ty.
Hit the button.
All right.
We'll be back.
Bye, Jane.
Do you love podcasts? Of course you do. That's why you're here. But you know what's even better than listening to a podcast? Making your own. That's right, and Anchor makes it simple. I'm your favorite host, MC Tyler Havlin, and I'm telling you, go download the Anchor app today, Anchor FM. They have all the tools you need to get started today. And best part is, it's totally free. They push it out to all the major platforms like Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. So get started today, people. Go download the app, Anchor FM. I'll wait. Do it now. And we're back, and we're going to talk about these big red boots. Have you guys seen these big red boots? I just showed you two, Miles and Shorty off air.
Yeah.
The Astro Boy boots, right?
Trash.
Trash, complete trash. And that was my first thought.
My first thought was Sonic, like the Hedgehog.
Well, his shoes were blue and white low tops.
Yes.
Astro Boy was the video game with the high red tops. Or you can even look the Dora the Explorer. The
monkey.
Yeah, the monkey.
Boots.
Do you know the boots I'm talking about, Kara?
No.
No. All right, well, I'll have to show you when I get a chance. But basically, it's a pair of like big fluffy red boots that people are wearing now. Now, mostly it's like
What?
famous people and stuff. So I saw these, I'm like, wait a second. Like, somebody actually made these, and they cost a lot of money. So I looked into them. And now the reason they were made, I can get down with. They were made as a social experiment to see what they could get away with that could count as fashion.
Okay.
They're out of Chicago. I think they're out of Chicago. I may butcher some of this information. So, don't come here for your source of news, people. The name says it all. Idiot. But they're out of Chicago, and they made these boots. And literally just to see if they could get people to wear them.
Did they put some atrocious price tag on it to make people
Yes.
think, oh, okay, of
They are
course.
price bad. I think the cheapest I'm not positive. I think the cheapest you can find is like $650.
Jesus.
But most places are selling them for about $2,500.
Just to look like knockoff Mega Man.
Right.
Right. Red Mega Man.
Yeah.
No. We have a red Mega Man. His name is Zero.
Yeah.
This is knockoff Mega Man.
Okay, knockoff Mega Man. Wish version Mega Man.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Like that.
But they also make boots that look like air casts.
Who?
Air casts.
I don't know what that is.
Like a splint that you put on your foot. It's not a full cast. It's a removable cast,
Okay.
basically. And it's like a hard plastic shell with like a foam interior.
Right. Yeah, I understand.
They make boots that look just like that as well. And people wear these. People buy these.
Dumb.
And if you're a wrestling fan, you saw Seth Rollins come out in them a couple weeks ago. Like, completely ridiculous. And people that are putting them on, or like they have to cut them off sometimes. Yeah, like, it's what you get for wearing those.
There's supposed to be a knockoff cast. You have to cut them off like an actual cast.
Yeah.
I know. There's a lot of like shit like that happening. Like if you follow and look at some like just the like I don't want to say like conspiracy stuff, but just like some of the weird stuff going on. It's like everyone was talking about like everyone wearing red this last year, and some of these ungaudy outfits they've had, and how it's all in connection to the devil and
It's fucking stupid.
there was a specific point they made about like all these people dressing up like this and having all these certain symbols on them and stuff like just to see what they can get away with,
Right.
And how much people are really paying attention to. That and the little alien spheres. I'm losing my mind over this shit.
So here's my question with the demonic shit you're talking about, right? And I was having this conversation.
We prefer the term occult.
Yeah. We're occultists.
Whatever you want to call it. But I was having this conversation with Josh. I don't remember if we talked about it on air or not. I think we did. So, and it came up from the Sam Smith performance at the Grammys. Everybody's like, oh, it's demonic, it's devil worshipping, blah, blah, blah. Do you, when you see these performances, do you take it as art or do you take it as what they believe?
I guess it depends on how they do it, because it's a like a trending thing. You know, everyone was wearing red and doing all these weird outfits. A couple years prior, everyone was into like that rehashed, trashy grunge look shit. So like, I just think people just stick with what's popular.
I didn't know this red thing was popular. I missed on that one.
I'm on one of their guinea pigs. I didn't even notice until it was actually pointed out to me.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, that is kind of weird.
Sure. No, I don't keep up with fashion trends anyway, but...
Well, it's not just fashion. It's like it's performances that people are doing also. Like, here's my thing. As somebody that's like, I'm a Christian to an extent. I mean, I am, but I'm not like an in your face. And I know you grew up in that. Let me tell you what, it's the most pretentious religion there is.
Christianity?
Because we're the only motherfuckers that can like dog other people if they say anything bad about what we believe. We're the only ones that feel entitled enough to say something. Like, dude, like, who gives a fuck if you're another fucking religion?
Sure.
Right? You don't hear all these other religions, like, publicly and, like, on news outlets and shit saying, oh, no, that's anti-Allah or that's anti-Buddha or whoever the fuck, whatever deity that they're going to the supermarket to pray to. You know what I'm saying? You don't see them on news outlets bashing what other people do. You don't see people that, I mean, truly like devil worshiper, satanic, whatever, Satanists. What are they called? Do you know?
I mean, Satanists.
I was going to say it depends because like Satanism and devil worship are two very distinct things.
Because I mean, I know some people that like dabble in that religion and they're good people.
Sure.
There's nothing wrong with them. I know plenty of atheists. You know what I mean? Like, atheism is probably like, they have the best arguments though. It's just like, it's pretty easy. Like, they're usually using logic, which is cool.
Well, I've never been a fan of the whole I can't prove it, therefore it doesn't exist kind of thing. So like I've just never been a huge fan of that argument.
I'm not a huge fan of it either, but I like the fact that they try to logic shit.
Sure.
Because there's a lot of things in the world you can't prove, but you know is real. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Flat Earth.
Flat Earth. Dude, you don't think the Earth is flat?
No, absolutely not.
Dude, I had this conversation the other night at work.
You, and Danny talked about it too.
I know.
I'd have to reevaluate.
I came across a video where they were talking about it, and it's just the Flat Earth group or whatever, and they're like, well, they say the Earth spins or whatever, it's like 15-degree axis per hour. So they got a geo-tracker.
The most accurate fucking gyroscope you can ever possibly get.
Set it up. They get 15-degree drift per hour. Well, we're not accepting that. So they're like, heaven energies are interfering with the gyroscope.
Heaven energies?
Yes.
So they encase it in what they believe will block heaven energies and redid the test and got the same result.
What is heaven energies?
I have no idea.
Yeah, we don't know.
So hold on, people that are trying to science us are calling something heaven energies?
Yeah. They're trying to prove the Earth is flat.
Do you think flat earthers started as a social experiment? I think they did.
No, it was what everyone believed at the time.
Yeah, flat Earth is not like a new thing. Flat Earth has been around for fucking centuries.
But like the boom and resurgence in people believing in flat Earth has started started back up in the last 15, 20 years?
Yes, but
somebody's like, you know what? Let's go back. Let's go back in time. Earth is flat.
I think honestly, it's just a fucking like. It started off as like a trend, like you said. It started off as a social experiment. Some jackass was like, you know what, fucking Earth is flat or whatever.
I'll see if I can get people to believe this.
Yeah, and fucking went on with it.
Well, then they continued with the experiments, and they set up these fence posts with circles cut in them. Okay, the idea is if there was a curvature to the Earth, then they should, or no curvature, they would be able to put these based off sea level equally in a line and shine a light straight through all of them. So they did it. They shine it. They're like, we can't see your light on this end. Why don't you try holding your flashlight up? So he holds the flashlight up, and then you can see it through all of them, which would prove that there is a curve to the Earth. Mm-hmm. Well, nope. We're not accepting that answer. So just blatant disregard for their own experiments.
Right. Oh, all right. What sidetrack? What are some of your all's favorite social experiments? I love a good social experiment.
I've enjoyed like we discussed out front. Like I've enjoyed seeing the social experiment of human kindness and seeing like what people will do to someone in need or whatever. Like, and that one was very simple, and it was, I feel like it was one of the best ones. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the money ones. Like, where it's like, oh, I want somebody to give me money or whatever when I'm
Yeah,
in
like
shit.
gold digger traps and shit.
Yeah.
I think
Like, I'm
those are
not-
hilarious.
The
They
gold digger
are-
traps are funny. Don't get
But
me wrong.
I think they're like most likely staged.
Yeah. And then, but like the one with the guy on the moving sidewalk or escalator or whatever, and the other gentleman decides to help him out. Like, you're helping out another grown man to just simply walk onto a moving sidewalk or escalator or whatever. And like, when he started to lead by example, like his son, you know, a child runs up to help him out or whatever. Like they do an experiment with, they did an experiment with children where when the kids were wearing superhero t-shirts, they tended to be more brave and more outgoing.
I've actually heard of this one before.
Yeah, because they wanted to see how kids would react and whatnot. And like you would hear kids say like, "Oh, I can do it," you know, and they would pull down their, you know, Batman or Superman shirt and just like fucking hop to and do it, you know, do something like, you know, slightly more out there. And that was really cool. And it was I enjoyed reading that just because, you know, the power of, you know, like I can do it means I, you know, or the fact that I'm wearing this shirt gives me some kind of power or whatever. And I thought that was really a neat social experiment, of course, done with children. And they also run, you know, different ones like they did an experiment way back in the day where they had a group of people set up, and they had a button that they would ask them questions, and if they got a question wrong, they would hit the button. It would shock the other person. But every time they got a question wrong, the shock would increase, or every time they hit the button, the shock would increase or whatever. And they were told not to stop until they got question 100, and the questions would continuously get harder. Now, the person answering the question had all the time in the world to answer it or whatever, but you saw all these people who had the buttons, like, it was like 88% of the people that were pressing the button to shock the other person did not actually stop pressing the button, causing someone else pain. But they couldn't see it or hear it. So they didn't, like, it was just Now, they did another group, same exact experiment, but they could hear the person. And it was like 20%. Less than 20% of the people continued to hit the button.
What, when somebody got one wrong?
Yeah. Because they could hear the person in pain. So, like, if you know you're inflicting pain and you can hear the results or see the results of the pain,
Yeah, because then
Like,
it becomes tangible.
yes, you stop. But you have no idea, like, oh, every time I press this button, the voltage increases. You've pressed it fucking 30 times. Like, that person might be fried on the other end. Like, that's fucked. So, like, it was pretty neat seeing what people were willing to do or whatever, just off base of orders or whatever. And, like, whether or not causing pain or whatever is tangible or not, you know. Seeing someone else in pain, you know, stops you from doing something that would cause them pain. So, yeah, I enjoyed that one too.
Nice. You got one, Kara?
No.
No? Okay. I just wanted to double check. Schrodinger's cat type shit, you know. I knew there was a cat in the box. I didn't know if it was dead or alive.
Dead.
Dead. Miles, you're up.
Only when you open it. Some of the ones I think are interesting are just how different people react to situations. So one that I've seen is they'll put a child on like a corner of the street, like, oh hey, I lost my mom, can you help me? You know, most of the time everybody stopped. There's a few times when, more specifically, like male adults passing by would try to help her but would not come within 5 feet of the child.
Right.
There was a few who did, and you know, and there wasn't too much like getting stopped or anything, but you could see the hesitation in it.
Yeah.
Well, then they did the same experiment, but then on top of already approaching the child, they then had somebody else come and say the child was theirs and try and take them. And the little girl would kind of act out and like not want to go. In those cases, the men ended up stepping in more, where the women would then kind of just like, no, the child's staying with me, and that usually draws much more attention. Then you see much more people gather.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just interesting to see how different people react to those kinds of situations.
Right. You know, I'm gonna start a new social experiment. I entered back into the dating realm a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna start telling people I got a boat and motorcycle and see how that works.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know if I call it
Starting
a social.
relationship off of dishonesty isn't a good idea, but
It's not gonna be a relationship. I don't want a relationship. And I don't know if you call this a social experiment or just a lie so I can get my shits and giggles in. But we were talking about the gold digger thing. You know what? I want to see how materialistic people can be.
I mean, I see it all the time, and I saw it
So anybody
while
listening,
I was looking before.
anybody listening, if you got a boat and you're good with Photoshop, Photoshop me on your boat.
You dumb motherfucker.
Or on the back of a motorcycle. Not sitting bitch. I gotta be in the driver's seat driving this motherfucker. This bad boy. So, yeah, that's a social experiment I'm gonna start.
Man, there was another social experiment that I thought was cool as fuck. Now I can't remember what it was. God damn it. Fuck.
All of that, huh?
No.
I also like the one about, like, here's a button, you push it, you get $1 million, but somebody in the world that you don't know will die.
You gonna hit the button?
It's going to be, like, just me and the handful of people I know, and lots of money.
Like, you sure I don't know the person? There's a movie about this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the movie gets really, like, sci-fi at the end, I'm pretty sure. But,
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'd hit the button. I got no shame. I can use that $1 million.
Well, I mean, there's multiple versions of that experiment, too. Some do, like, you get $1 million, but you lose a year off your life.
Would you hit that button? What if you only... That's the thing, like, you don't know how many more years you got.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only problem with it. Is
Yeah,
like,
so I'm gambling with an unknown amount.
Yeah. I don't know. What about you, Carrie? You hitting that button?
On which terms?
Either one. Stranger dies.
No.
You ain't hitting the button on a stranger
No.
dying? What
I
about a
have
year
too
off
much
your
of a
life?
guilty conscience.
What about a year off your life?
Probably.
Probably. You're young. I'd say you probably got at least another 40, 50 years in you. At bare minimum. You're not unhealthy.
I was about to say, I'm thinking of the fastest drum beat I could possibly do. Like one person, 1 mil, you got it, homie. Statistical average, and no
Dude,
one
What you
I ever
talking
know.
about? I'm getting both those buttons.
Can I
One
get
year-
another button?
1 year's my hi-hat. And just ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, if they tell me a stranger's gonna die, I'm gonna ask how many times I get to hit the button. Because I don't like people in general, really.
Well,
Honestly, unless you are a listener of this show, I really don't care for you.
the statistical average of you, like, knowing somebody that was going to die, is fucking so staggeringly low. It's unreal.
Yeah.
It would be lower than, it's probably lower than the actual percentage of you winning the lottery.
I mean, I'd take that too. I could win the lottery. I'd be happy about that.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all I got. You guys got anything else to add today?
Man, I really wish I could remember that other social experiment. Man, that's pissing me off.
You're gonna remember it as soon as we.
Yeah, I
It's,
know. Fuck.
Any idea of like what it kind of pertained to?
No, I think. Fuck.
Complete blank.
Yeah, you were talking about something. Fucking. It wasn't the gold digger thing.
It was the kids on the street.
Yeah, I talked about the.
Oh yeah. The kind of like the gender equality of violence.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing like they would put in an acting couple, and in the first scenario they would have the man be the aggressor and like yell at the girl and grab her and like pull her like, no, we're fucking doing this, you stupid bitch, blah 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 blah. And like it was so many times that people like stepped in like, hey man, you can't talk to her like that, you can't do this, blah 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 blah. They were in the same experiment but flipped, where like the chick was like, no, you fucking stupid, blah blah blah, like grabbing him, pulling him, fucking pushing it. Like
They aggressively advanced what the girl would do to the guy. Like this, they've had girls like just straight beating on the other actor. Like, nobody batted an eye.
Yeah. People would laugh about it and stuff like that. I think in the whole, like, it's like a 10-minute, 20-minute video. And, like, one guy walked up and said, hey, man, you can't be doing this. This isn't okay. Like, I don't give a fuck what homeboy did. Like, you shouldn't be beating up on somebody like that. Like, one person stood up for the dude and whatnot. And it's just, yeah, it's fucked up.
I can't say I'd step in. Just because of the fear if I step in and they get physical with me, the woman, like, I'm probably going to get physical back.
Sure.
And then I'm going to be the one in trouble. Whereas if it's a woman getting beat on and the dude gets physical with me, I have no trepidation about fleecing that ass.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
Well, that's what the social experiment shows. Like, you know, like, if you see somebody getting harassed, whether it is, like, earned or not, you know, like, that's, you know, you stepping in. If it's not earned or not, you don't know. You're a fucking third-party bystander. You have no idea. But, like, you stepping in and coming in, like, hey, man, like, this isn't okay. Like, why the fuck would you beat on somebody like this? Blah, 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 blah.
If it was an old man getting beat up, I'd step in, though.
And I imagine other people would as well.
But, like, a dude our age just getting worked over by his old lady, like, no.
Sure.
I can't do it. If that lady hits me, like, I'm gonna hit her back probably. So
See, and
equal
most of
rights and lefts.
And most of those instances, though, once somebody intervened against the girl, I mean, obviously there were actors that she, you know, normally stopped immediately.
But I wouldn't know that. You know what I mean?
Right. That was the idea.
Yeah, you know, she never touched anybody else who approached, but, you know, the general idea was, like, would somebody step in? I kind of hope so, you know.
My other thought would be, like, what's the dude look like? Is this, like, a tough-looking dude?
And they did it multiple times. So they did it with...
And is the woman in Amazon?
They did it with mixed groups. So sometimes the pairings were in relative size and height. Sometimes there were drastic differences between the two.
Because I might not step in if I think this bitch might be from Themyscira. You know what I'm saying?
No. Pretty much every time they intervened won the guy, no matter what shape or size. Nobody really intervened, period.
Yeah.
Except for the one odd or two.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think that's all we got today.
Yeah, that's it.
So in the meantime...
In between's time.
Remember, great minds think alike, but they rarely disagree. Cue the music, we're out. Why can't I ever say that without struggling?
Because you're an idiot.